Hey friend, it is Kate here. Thank you so much for jumping on my channel and even more so for joining me for day 6 of our New Year's challenge. Now, if you're brand new here, we are in our second week of our challenge. If you want to go back to the beginning, there'll be a link right up there, I believe, where you can find the first video. Each class is a standalone though, so you can jump in at any time or just pick and choose what you're in the mood to do. If you want to go back and start from the beginning, there is also a handy little journal or workbook that goes along with it where you can track your progress. There's a link to that little journal in the description below. And for any of my friends that have already made it, and this is in fact day 6 for you, I am so proud of you and I cannot wait to keep moving and grooving on my mat with you. Anywho, today's class is a Pilates class. This week we'll be focusing on our tummies, our core muscles, turning on the center of our body that helps make us feel strong and good. We are going to use no props today, so all you need to do is roll out your mat and let's get started. We're just going to start in a seat, whatever feels best for you, in the middle of your mat. Take a moment to sit up taller and straighter. Think about me holding your ears, pulling your ears straight up to the sky so we can lengthen our spine as much as we can, broaden across your chest, and then from here, reach your fingertips up nice and high. Rotate the pinkies towards one another, lift a little higher, drop your right hand down. Lift a little further up to the sky with the left hand and then take a little stretch over towards the right. Notice as you did that, did you just kind of look to the ground? I want you to keep your chest facing forward. Stomp down into your left hip, your left sitting bone, and grow long across the left side of the body. Take a big breath, push yourself up. Swim both hands up high, rotate the pinkies and lift higher, and then drop your opposite hand down. For me, that's my left. If you did the other side, no big deal. Crawl over to your second side. Again, make sure we're stacking our shoulders, lengthening through the side body. Press down into the right hip, grow long through the right side. Big inhale. Exhale, push yourself up. Go ahead and roll your shoulders backwards. 3, 2, 1, roll them forwards. 3, 2, 1. Lift the hands up nice and high once more. Clasp the hands behind the head. Push the elbows wide. Cinch your waist. Take a breath. Little twist right. Look forward. Little twist left. Look forward. Let that go. We're going to lie on our back. So make your way down to your back. And from here, press your heels into the mat and let's lightly imprint the spine. We're going to pay attention to our hips and our low back for just a moment. I'm going to lift my hands over my head so you can really see my hips, but I would say keep your hands down by your sides. Now from here, all I want you to do is really press down into the small of your back. We're going to do a little pelvic tip. So I'm pressing down into my heels and I'm feeling my low back touch the mat. And now I want you to arch the back a little bit, kind of press down into your tailbone. Go ahead, come back to your imprinted spine, low back touches the mat, and then a small arch. Just rock forward and back a little bit. It's a light arch, a little imprint. As you do that, whenever you imprint, think about cinching the waist, turning on the tummy muscles a little bit more. Now this time, press the back down and pause. Now I want you to press more into the back side of your right hip. Go ahead and let your left hip kind of lift off the ground. So you're tipping your pelvis over to the right. Come back center. Press down into the left hip. Go ahead and lift the right hip so we're kind of swaying over to the right. Come back center and just sway right and left. Hopefully this should feel pretty nice in the body. If you're having one of those days where your low back is feeling a little sad, a little neglected, this can feel really good at the end of your day. I will often lay in front of my TV like this and just do a little movement through my pelvis. Now eventually bring your hips back to center and go ahead and do truly imprint the spine. Now remember, an imprinted spine is not like tucking the tail and lifting the hips up. It's just elongating the low back enough that we can feel it touch the mat. Follow your spine up your back to the place between your shoulders and broaden across your chest. Reach your hands away from the body but down towards the feet so they're more in kind of a low V than either right by your sides or out in a T. Almost think about gripping the ground with your palms, with your shoulder blades, cinch the waist, stomp into your right foot and pick up your left. I said the inverse in what I did, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to do both sides. I've got my right foot up. You can have your right or left up. But from here, flex your foot, cinch your waist more. Inhale, straighten the leg and pause. Now just reach the leg out and away. Notice as you did that, did our hips kind of move or shift? We want to keep both the back side of our right hip and left hip even with one another. Turn the tummy muscles on a little bit more and see if you can lower your foot just a teensy bit closer to the ground. We want to lower it only so much that we don't arch our back and that we don't let our hips shift from one side to the other. Now, this is going to be our kind of ending point for this next little exercise. I want you to take a great big inhale. As you exhale, cinch the waist so much we turn our tummy muscles on and you kick your leg up to the sky. Drop it right back down to that lowest part where you can hover. Exhale, kick the leg up to the sky. Inhale, drop it down. Your leg might be lower or higher than mine is. Remember, our Pilates practice isn't about looking like your instructor. It's not like looking like your friend in class next to you. It's finding a way to move your body and to strengthen your body while feeling good and strong and really confident in your movements. Every time I exhale, it's like a big punch to the gut. My tummy muscles work to carry my legs up. My tummy muscles are working hard as I drop my heel down as well, not allowing my back to arch. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, up, inhale, down. Last one, exhale, up, inhale, down. Pause right there. Point the toe, reach the foot so far away. Turn on all the muscles in your legs, cinch the waist a little bit more. Feel the muscles in the middle of your body working hard. Take your left hand to your left hip. And then all I want us to do are teeny tiny circles of our leg. As you circle the leg around, and they don't have to be quick. In fact, we can go maybe a little slower than we do, because really what I want you to concentrate on is keeping the hips stable, using those big deep abdominal muscles to hold the middle of your body still while we move our leg. Reverse your circles. Keep turning on all the muscles in your legs as well, reaching your toe nice and far. Friends, if you get any cramps in your feet, you can always flex the foot and do circles. That can be helpful to remove that kind of tension through your foot. Now pause, take a great big inhale. Exhale, pull the knee in, set the foot down. Stomp down into your right foot, pick up your left, or the vice versa if you did the other side. Give your foot a flex and drive the heel away. Pause there for a moment. Again, low back is touching the mat. Great big tummy muscles wrapping in, kind of pressing down, keeping that spine so long. Decide, can you lower your heel a little bit more without arching the back, without losing that big, deep abdominal engagement? Take a big inhale, exhale, kick the leg up to the sky, drop it down. Exhale, tone the tummy, kick the leg up to the sky, drop it down. Just like we did on the other side, we're taking our leg as low as we can without arching the back. Notice, is there tension in your face? Can you smile a little bit? Maybe breathe a little deeper, making sure we're not turning beet red. All last week, we focused on keeping our chest open. I hope that muscle memory has already kind of begun to develop. Keep the chest nice and open, no caving in. But big breath, use that tummy to kick the leg up. 3 more, 2 more, last one. Now, drop the foot down, find that lowest point where you can hover it there, point the toe, reach the foot nice and far away. Take a great big inhale and begin those circles. Now, they don't have to be as small or as fast as we often do in class with me, because I want you to move your leg enough that you find some instability in the center of your body. You realize, ooh, I really have to work hard to hold my stomach muscles in, to keep my hips stable. Pause, reverse, other way. Beautiful job, my friends. Again, you can smile when it gets hard. Know you're doing good things for your body. Pause wherever you are. Take a big breath. Flex the foot, pull it in, and set the leg down. Now from here, again, stomp into your heels. Feel your low back touch the mat. Take your hands behind the head. Elbows will stay nice and wide. Now again, what I really want us to focus on is our pelvis and our low back. Press into your heels, keep both hips pressing down into the mat, and curl your head and chest up. Now, again, what's really important here is making sure our hips did not kind of arch away, that we're still pressing lightly into our back, and we've kept both hips nice and even with one another. When we lift up and away from the ground to kind of get deeper into our tummy muscles, this can be pretty challenging on the neck. The minute that you feel like there's any tension in your neck, lower down and relax. But for me, what helps is thinking about the low back continuing to touch the mat, thinking about kind of folding from the sternum. I am lifting from the sternum up. I'm trying to pull the back of my shoulder blades away from the mat. What I don't want to do is force my chin up to the sky. This is only going to strain the neck. Lightly tuck the chin in like you're holding an apple or an orange beneath your chin, and look over the horizon of your knees. For me, the more I keep my gaze right above my knees, the less likely I am to jet my chin out and find that tension there. Keep the elbows nice and wide, tone the tummy. Even though I'm talking right here to you, I hope that you are continuing to lift up with me, to hold your tummy muscles in and to work, because even holding this shape is quite a lot. Press into the heels a little bit more. Lift a ½ centimeter up so you feel those tummy muscles kick in. Take a big inhale. Exhale, pick up your right leg. Set the right foot on the floor. Exhale, pick up the left leg. Set the foot on the floor. Simply walk side to side. Now, as you lift and lower, it's not about moving your head and chest. In fact, just like when we talked about our hips staying still, our low back pressing into the mat, it's kind of the same situation here. I'm not folding higher. I'm not actively crunching up. Instead, I'm focusing on using my tummy muscles, using my great big abdominal muscles to help keep me lifted. I cannot tell you how often I see people in my live classes, even when I cue to hold the head up and stop moving, that they're going, going up and down. That's not going to help you build bigger, deeper abdominal muscles. Focusing on working the tummy muscles, wrapping them in, and keeping yourself lifted, that's where we're going to build true strength. One more set to each side. Last one to the left. Set the foot on the floor, take a breath, and lower down. Reach your hands high over your head, wiggle out your fingers, heel toe your feet a little wider, and take a gentle sway of your knees side to side. Pull your knees back into your chest, give yourself a little hug, little squeeze. And I want you to rock and roll on the back of the body until you come all the way up to a seat. Now, the Pilates C-curve is one of my favorite ways to get deep into our tummy muscles, because for many of us that helps to remove that strain from our neck. At the end of the week, I am going to use a stability ball for some great big tummy muscles, and that is in fact my favorite way to get my students to feel your abdominal muscles working hard. And you'll do the class with or without the ball, it's okay, but if you have the ball, it's my fave. You'll take your hands behind your thighs, you'll poke your elbows wide and sit up tall and straight. Feet can be together, hip distance, or even a little bit wider. Really what feels best in your hips is a-okay with me. But ideally, I want you to feel the whole of your foot kind of press down into the ground. Roll the shoulders back, lift the head and chest up a little higher, take a big breath. And as you exhale, I want you to tip off of your sitting bones, rocking back into your C-curve. You might need to move your legs further, closer away from one another, but gently press down into the heels, scoop the tummy. It's kind of like cinching the waist a little bit more. And I want you to think about your sacrum, that big bony plate at the base of your spine, as if it's trying to reach to the ground beneath you. From here, can we float our hands out and away? We were here last week already, but a few things to think about. Pretend there's a table underneath your hands. Press down into your imaginary table, activating your arms and sliding them further away. Almost imagine I'm standing behind you, I wrap my hand around your tummy, and it's like I'm physically trying to pull you down to the ground while you are still lifting up, 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 up. We're in our Pilates C-curve here. Take a great big breath. As you exhale, stomp into your left foot, pick up your right. Set the right foot down. Exhale, pick up the left. Set it down. Now, just like we did on our mat when we lifted and lowered our legs, we want to keep our hips constantly even with one another. I'm not letting my weight shift from one side to the other. I'm also not doing a little can-can here. I'm not bending and straightening at the knee. I'm lifting up the whole thigh. Exhale, pulling it into my chest, dropping it down. Exhale, pull it into my chest, drop it right down. One more set. Last one to the left. Set your foot on the floor, pause. Take a great big breath. As you exhale, tone your tummy, roll yourself up. Take an easy seat, both hands lift high. Take a stretch over to the right. Both hands lift. Stretch over to the left. Both hands lift. Flip the palms, press them down. Again, take your feet out in front of you, hands behind the thighs, roll the shoulders back, sit tall, sit straight. And then lean off your sitting bones, rocking into your Pilates C curve again. Now this time, see if you can heel toe your feet together, trying to touch the inner thighs. If they don't touch all the way, it's okay. But I do want you to think about those inner thighs working nice and hard. If you had a block or a ball, you could put it between your legs and give it a big squeeze to really activate them. But otherwise, take your hands out in front of you like we did, but this time touch them together. Press the palms in, cinch the waist. Reach your sacrum towards the ground, reach your fingertips further away. Inhale, lift your fingers up. Exhale, bring them to the right side of your knees. Look back at your knees. Did they just slide over with you or off to the other side? Keep them centered. Squeeze the inner thighs a little bit more. Inhale, lift the hands back up. Exhale to the left side of your knees. Now just a little faster. Inhale up, exhale, chop down. Inhale, lift, exhale, chop down. Up we go, exhale, down. Up we go, exhale, down. For 3. 2 more sets. Last one. Back to center. Take a big breath. Roll yourself up. Take your easy seat. Both hands lift nice and high. Clasp the hands behind the head. Poke the elbows wide. Big breath. Exhale, big twist to the right. Return center. Big twist to the left. Return center. Let that go. Shake anything out you want to. One more time. Feet together if we can, or pretend, or even put a ball or block there. But try and activate your inner thighs. Hands behind your thighs. Sit tall, sit straight. Take a big breath. Tip off your sitting bones. And then from here, hands can stay actually behind your thighs for this one if we want a little bit of support. If we want to kick it up a notch, take them away, press down into your imaginary table once more. Cinch the waist more. Reach your sacrum down towards the ground. Take a big breath. Exhale, pick up your right leg. Can you keep it there? Pick up your left leg. Ooh, we're in our teaser. If you need to set a leg down, it's okay. Now full breath. Drop both legs. Cinch the waist. Press down into your imaginary table. Pick up your left leg. Take a breath. Pick up your right leg. Seal the inner thighs. Pull the navel to spine. Reach your fingertips further away. Big breath. Both feet down. Again, right leg lifts. Left leg follows. Take a breath. Both legs down. Left leg lifts. Right leg follows. Take a breath. Both legs down. Roll yourself up. Take your easy seat. Both hands lift high. Right hand down, big stretch over to the right. Maybe lift your left fingertips up to the sky first and then stretch over. Pull yourself back up. Both hands high. Stretch over to the left. Right hand lifts up to the sky first and then over. Pull yourself back up. One more little guy right here. You're doing fabulous. Find the beginning of your Pilates C curve. Take your hands behind your thighs. Roll the shoulders back. Great big inhale. Tip back. Again, hands can stay behind our thighs if we want some extra support, because guess what? We're coming back into our lovely little teaser. You're doing fabulous. Take the hands away. Take a great big breath. Exhale, pick up both legs if we can. If you need to do one at a time, it's okay. Touch the feet down. Exhale, tone the tummy, pick the legs up. Touch the legs down. One more time, pick the legs up, pause. Now, if we can, if it is too much today, it is a-okay. You can just hold here. But otherwise, can we reach head and toes away? Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, reach head and toes away. Exhale, pull it back. You're doing fabulous. Last one, head and toes away. Take a big breath. Smile. We love it so much. And then drop your feet down, come on up to a seat. Open your legs about as wide as the mat. Reach both hands high. Spiral the pinkies towards one another. Lift up a little higher. Take a big breath. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand back, left hand forward. Slide your fingertips away. Draw the shoulder blades towards one another and look back behind you. Unravel. Same thing, other side. Unravel. Sit up taller, sit up straighter. This is not about our head coming close to our legs. I want you to lightly hinge. Think about sticking your butt out behind you. If there's a bend in your knees, that's okay. You can keep them straight. Toes can be pointed, flexed, or soft. Envision there's a great big beach ball in front of you. Take a great big breath. Drape over your beach ball. Let your head be heavy. Soften through the back of the neck. Full big inhale. Big breath out. Roll yourself up to a seat. Lie on your belly, gracefully or not. You can plop down. Know that I plop all the time too. And here on our tummy, pubic bone into the mat. Actively reach both feet nice and far away and really think about lengthening through your lumbar spine. When we're here on our back, it's very often I hear from my students that we get some tension there. The more we activate our glutes and hamstrings, our thought, the less likely that is to happen. Feet down, pubic bone down, elbows together. Reach your head a little further forward. Take a big breath. Big sigh out. Roll the shoulders back. Imagine someone is holding onto your shoulders and pulling them up. Now holding here for a moment, press down into your pubic bone and lift out of the waist. Take a big inhale. Exhale, keep that tummy engagement as you roll down. Inhale, roll the shoulders, lift up, pubic bone down, squeeze your elbows towards one another, lift out of the waist, lower down. One more time, roll, lift up, pubic bone down, low belly in, great big full inhale. And soften all the way down. Bend the knees, little windshield wiper, side to side. Go ahead, press back to a child's pose, knees together or apart. If that feels good, you can always skip it, friends. And then bring yourself up to a nice, easy seat. As always, give yourself a pat on the back. Thank yourself for doing something so good and just for you. I am so proud of you that you have arrived here, and I cannot wait to see you again for the rest of our challenge. I will see you tomorrow.